Good day everyone, and welcome to the Benga Akindele YouTube channel. I welcome you warmly this day, and I want to talk to you about the fact that there is a miracle in your house. But before I go on, I'm going to give you a 5 seconds break so that you can be able to subscribe. The subscription button is below. Please click it while we take the 5 minutes break. Yeah, thank you for subscribing and for hooking up to my YouTube channel today. I want to talk to you about the fact that there's a miracle in your house. There is a miracle in your house. There was a story that was told about a woman that went to meet a prophet and told the prophet that she has nothing to feed her family with. The prophet told her to go and to get vessels. She said she had nothing in her house. The prophet now prodded her. I said, how can you say you don't have anything in your house? What do you have in your house? Tell me, you have something. The woman said, I don't have anything. The prophet said, no, watch very well. You have something. The woman said, okay, what I have is just a pot of oil. It's just a pot of oil. It's not an important thing. It's just a pot of oil. The prophet now said, just a pot of oil. Go and borrow plenty pots. And take that pot of oil that you say you have, pouring it into those pots. You pouring it. And you filled all the pots. The woman went to do as the prophet said. She borrowed different pots. And she continued pouring the oil into the pot, pouring the oil into the pot, pouring the oil into the pot. And after she had poured the oil into the pot, she discovered that all the pots were filled with oil. Then she went to meet the prophet that I have so many pots of oil now. The prophet said, okay, go and sell some of the pots and pay the debt you are owing and continue to live your life happily. And she went to do that, and then she was able to feed and to take care of her family and to take care of her children. What I'm trying to say is that there's a miracle in every house. But most times we look at ourselves, we say, I don't have anything. There's no miracle in my house. There's no that. That woman, the prophet had to press her and say, tell me, there's a miracle, there's something in your hand. Today, many people are waiting for the government of their nation. Many people are waiting for the government of their nation. And they are comparing notes. Whereas there's a miracle in your own house. They are comparing notes. And they are wasting their time and the energy they're supposed to put into developmental and idea thinking of how to survive and even help the government. They are waiting for the government to come and help them. But there's a miracle in your house. Some people are saying that the churches should give us money now. The mosque should give us money now. So the bank should give us money now. Just pay to everybody's account. That money we are saying they should pay into your account, but there's a miracle in your house. All the people that we are saying that they are doing this, they are doing that, they are taking money. Why can't you also start something and be taking money too? Do you know that those who are selling yam and they bought sufficient number of yams before the lockdown? Today, some of them have increased their financial status by 1 more digit, some by 2 digits. Joseph knew that the famine was coming in Egypt. And he said there was going to be 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine. He told Pharaoh, he said, during these 7 years, let us keep 20% of whatever we make. And they kept keeping it for 7 years. Can you imagine? 20% of what they kept for 7 years took them through the time of famine. And that season was the time that Egypt was the superpower or the world power in the world that time. Just 7 years of keeping 20%. 7 years of keeping 20% of the years of plenty. I've spoken about investment mentality to some people that people should invest. People look at you and say, this, you have to eat now, you have to take care of now. Yes, you take care of now. Joseph told Pharaoh, he said, 7 years of plenty are before us. He said, after that, 7 years of famine will come. He said, the famine will eat up the plenty so that we never know that there was a plenty. And Pharaoh said, nobody is going to be given this assignment except you, Joseph. And he was given the assignment. And everything they make during the time of plenty 20% of it, they stored it. They built storehouses. They built storehouses. Storehouses. Houses. That's why I said there's a miracle in your house. They built storehouses. So in the time when there was crisis all over the world, people were shouting. Egypt was not shouting. They went to Pharaoh. Pharaoh said, go to Joseph. Joseph opened the storehouse and he gave them food. He opened the storehouse and he gave them food. I said what? Storehouse. House. There's a miracle in your house. Check your house very well. There are some things that are there, that are key to breakthrough, to success, that are key to victory in every area of life. Now, women that used to complain that 2,000 to make soup, 3,000 to make soup, 4,000 to make soup, 5,000 to make soup, 10,000 to make soup, 12,000 to make soup, 15,000 to make soup. They are now realizing that even with 1,000, they can make a pot of soup that will carry the family for 3 days or for 4 days. Some things that they think that if they don't eat it, they are going to die. They realize that those things are not essential to their life. They are now realizing that the essential things are the essential things. And everybody is now cutting costs, cutting their, they are not cutting costs. They are cutting their clothes according to they are cutting their clothes according to the clothes. They are sewing according to the clothes. Those days when everything was rosy, people will get, this is the clothes the husband bought, 6 yards. The woman will say, no, 6 yards will not do. I need 2 more yards. I need 4 more yards. So they will be struggling on that. They'll be fighting on that. They'll be sweating on that. Now they realize that 6 years can sew for the wife, can sew for the children, can even sew for all the children. There's a way they do it. You find out how that is done. What I'm trying to say, I'm not talking about clothes now. I'm talking about feeding. I'm talking about the living expenses. I'm talking about the lifestyle. The woman suddenly realized, the family, the man and the woman suddenly, and the children realized that they must survive. They must survive. And then they look at their house. Now they are looking at their surrounding. And they are seeing one leaf there that they have been seeing before, but they have not been cutting. They look at their surrounding and they are seeing some things that they have been seeing before, but they have not been using. And now they are using it. And now they are taking oil that they used to use for just a single day, things that they used to eat in 2 days. Now they extend it, it lasts them for 5 days. There is a miracle in your house. There is a miracle in your house. Look at your house very well at this time. Look inwards. Look at your heart. Think in your head of way to come out of the unavailability that seems to be ravaging people these days. Thinkers are winners. Thinkers are rich people, are wealthy people. People that we are blaming, they thought their way to where they are. We just thought that they just landed here. Somebody said the height that great men reached was not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, they were toiling upwards in the night. While their companions were sleeping, they were toiling upwards in the night. Their companions were sleeping, but they were toiling upwards in the night. Somebody sang the song. He said, Àgbẹ̀ pẹ̀lú omijé, ó ń sọkún fúrúgbìn. Ìwọ àgbẹ̀ má sọkún mọ́ o, bó pẹ́ títí ó fàyọ̀ ká. People are now saying that farming vegetable beds is something. They cannot see the land around their houses. They cannot see the fallow land around them. And they are thinking of expanding and going to things. There's a miracle in your house. There's a miracle in your house. Think, look at your house. There are some things that are there. Look at your environment. That woman that went to the prophet, she said, I don't have anything. Why did it take the prophet to tell her? Like I'm telling you now, like a prophet, that is a miracle in your house. That thing you are looking for solution up and down, it is there in your house. I don't know what it is. Just look at your house very well. Your miracle is in your house. The woman went out. She left the house with the oil, and she went to the prophet. She said, my husband is dead. I have 2 children, 2 sons. The husband, somebody that my husband was owing, have come to take the children. The prophet said, okay, what do you have in your house? The woman said, I have nothing. You can see that mentality. She said she has nothing. Somebody will come to you and say, I have nothing to eat. I have no money anywhere. Until when you're not proud, you see that there's money in your house. There is food in your house. There's a miracle in your house. There's a blessing in your house. And you are going about looking for blessing while there's blessing in your own house. The woman said, she has nothing. The prophet said, tell me, what do you have in your house? The woman now said, I have nothing but just oil. The prophet had to prod her and say, tell me, what is it you have? Then she told him, I have just oil. And when she said, I have the oil, he then told her what to do. And then the oil multiplied. In one of my videos, I said, before the lockdown on the coronavirus, what people can do, go and buy 1,000 pieces of yarn. By the time the lockdown starts, just add 100 naira to just that, just buy 1,000 pieces, add 100 to 1,000 pieces. You are going to get 100,000 naira from that trade. Legally, legitimately. Why? Because you are prepared ahead. There's a miracle in your house. Think about what I've said and look inwards and drop your comments below and subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification button. I am going to talk to you some other time. Bye for now.